What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got a new event guide for Belly of the Beast. All the stuff from my previous video was patched out for apparently being unintended or too good. So we got some new strategies today about doing this mission as quickly as possible. And since you're doing it as quickly as possible, that means you'll be farming things as fast as you possibly can. So yeah, we'll be showing how to one-shot the Lich today. We'll show you how to get these missions done in less than 5.5 minutes, and basically what types of loot you should be looking out for, what types of missions you should be running to get this loot as fast as possible from the Belly of the Beast event. So let's get right into all the stuff we're talking about today. Before we do though, make sure you're still on this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. A lot of this footage was recorded live on stream, so go ahead and check the live stream channel as well if you haven't checked it out yet. And yes, we are going to be showing you how to one-shot the Lich and these missions, and that Lich is going to be what gives you the arcanes. So you'll be farming Volatile motes and Vestigial motes from the Ascension game mode, and you'll be fighting the Kuva Lich in this mission that will be dropping Steel Essence and a guaranteed arcane on the Steel Path version. So let's go ahead and talk about all the things we're using today to do and accomplish this crazy damage hit. Okay, but first off, let's talk about what you're grinding for right now. So you go over to Ordis on the Mercury Relay. It's run by players. You can see what is available in this event. So we just unlocked the level 1 Aspirus Ephemera. So this is available for just doing the Ascension game mode, the Vestigial motes for this. Actually, this is Volatile motes, excuse me. This is Volatile motes. All the things you see here are Volatile motes for the event. So 5 Volatile motes for 1 Avenger, and so on and so forth. So 40 Volatile motes for the level 1 Ephemera, and there's a level 3 Ephemera when we eventually unlock it as a community. Additionally, Volatile motes are available for the Energizes as well, and all this other stuff. Now, Vestigial motes are going to be for the Evergreen stuff. This stuff will be here forever, guys. So if you want to get like the new Harmony Scythe, you want to get any of these new Arcanes, 10 Vestigial motes, and that's what you're going to get from playing the Ascension mode, just period, okay? So you got Volatile motes and Vestigial motes. Vestigial motes only come from Ascension. Volatile motes come from the event in general. So, as far as what the best Volatile mote farm is in the game, I'm going to recommend to you to do the event alerts. So if you look right here, we got a capture mission. What does this capture mission give you? It gives you 15 Volatile motes upon completing this capture mission. These events rotate, I think it's every half hour or something. So if I was to do this capture mission, I would get 15 Volatile motes, like a 2-minute mission. That equates to more Volatile motes per minute than if you were running the actual event, the Ascension game mode on Uranus, Operation Belly of the Beast. You get I think 12 of them from the Steel Path here. So you should be always checking your alert thing here for quick missions. So sabotage, capture, rescue. I wouldn't really recommend spy personally because unfortunately when you do this spy mission you only get the Volatile motes. You do not get the rotation rewards or whatever from the spy vault. You don't get any relics, you don't get any Ivara parts. You just get the Volatile motes. So yeah, I'd say do captures, do sabotages, do rescues. Don't bother with interceptions, defections, and a couple other ones too. That being said, these are Steel Path missions, so if the mission's going to take you more than 5 minutes, you might get an Acolyte to spawn in there too, so that's going to be great. But yeah, we're mainly focused about the Belly of the Beast event itself today, so let's go over a full run of what to do. Now, I'm going to show you a full run of what I'm going to be doing here for a minute. We cleared it in 5 minutes, 24 seconds, okay? That being said, not everyone's going to be clearing it in 5 minutes, 24 seconds. I'm just going to explain to you how you can try hard this to the massive degree that we were if you want to, okay? So, play-by-play of the entire, try-hard session here. We are going to be using Zephyr as our main DPS frame for the Lich, and we are using frames like Wukong and Zephyr to collect the Volatile power cells during the second encounter. Okay, so the first encounter is going to start off with you just going over to the Mote Collector. The faster you get to the Mote Collector, the faster the mission actually starts, so you should blitz that Mote Detector. After you've gotten to the Mote Collector, someone on your team should use the Orichan Eye Landing Craft ability. Why should you use the Orichan Eye Landing Craft ability? Well, the Ascension tile is set to always be the exact same tile every time. And if you have a good Orichan Eye scan, it will hit the entire area that you start out in, and that's the only spot Eye-10 Sculptures can spawn. So if you're planning on running this a lot, do yourself a favor and get the Orichan Eye Landing Craft from the Parallax ship and use it right around this spot. once per run. If you do this, you'll get more Iatan sculptures as you grind this event out. I've probably gotten like 15, 20 Iatan sculptures using this method. And that's going to be something for you actually to do because this first encounter part is really, really straightforward and boring. After that first encounter is about to be done, go camp the door. The faster you're nearby the door, the faster you can get to the secondary objective and continue the mission onward. So once you've done that, get to the objective, escort it to the elevator, and you'll be grabbing a overcharger cell. There are 2 types of power cells for this elevator. There is a extremely noticeable glowing one, like right there. The guaranteed power cell they give you at the beginning is an overcharger. Overcharger cells will make the elevator go twice the speed. If you see there's a little arrow on it right there, that arrow going upwards means that the elevator is overcharged. Ideally, you will have the elevator overcharged the entire run. The overcharger lasts for about 15 seconds or like 13% of the elevator's energy bar. So it's going to go from like 50 to 37. When it hits 38, throw the overcharger cell at the middle. How do you get more overcharger cells after the first one? The overcharger cells will appear in the environment somewhat near the elevator as it goes upwards and will be marked with a green icon like right there. So there's one right in the environment. Now, you can kill enemies to have them drop cells, but the cells the enemies will drop will not be overcharger cells. Overcharger cells are only in the environment. And yeah, I just ran right past one. Now, as far as having the most min-max strategy possible, I'm going to recommend to you that if you are doing this in the organized team, you have one person on your team as the designated overcharger. So right now I'm looking at it, I'm waiting for it to not be overcharged. The moment it's not overcharged, I'm going to throw the overcharger at the elevator and re-overcharge it. The longer this thing is, the more this thing is overcharged, the faster the mission will go and the more time you will save. So the reason Wukong is so good, Wukong can turn to a cloud and fly around the elevator. There's going to be an overcharger somewhere on the map near the elevator, and if you are nearby it, it will mark it with that green icon I just showed. So yeah, Wukong, great for that. He can fly around. The overchargers are going to spawn periodically. They're not going to spawn like immediately. They're not. If you are nearby it, you might actually see it spawn in front of you. So being around where the spawn spots are is going to be a great thing to do. Zephyr can also technically do this. But yeah, Wukong's the best for this because he can just stay in his cloud form and move very freely. So yeah, have one designated overcharger hanging out on the elevator. Preferably like a frame that's like Wisp or like if you have people not playing Wukong or Zephyr, basically have them be the designated overcharger, and you will throw all the overcharger cells onto the elevator for them to wait. They'll be like, okay, 37 throw, 37 throw. Like the thing will be overcharged the whole time. You'll be going as fast as possible. Now, if you are going to be using the one-shot strategy with Zephyr, for right here, this is where you should be building up your combo multiplier for your slam attack hammer. I'm going to show you a different method right now, but the one at the beginning of the video is going to be a slam attack hammer build with Zephyr. So I was using the Rauta shotgun to build up my combo multiplier throughout the mission. You just basically shoot enemies with the Rauta and it gives you combo multiplier for your melee weapon. That being said, there are other ways to one-shot the Lich that I'm not going to put in this video today in case this stuff gets patched out. We'll maybe have another video in the future. But yeah, this one right now, I've got basically 2 strategies I'm showing you how to one-shot the Lich, and they're both going to be involving Zephyr. Now that we're at the top of the elevator, we're going to get in position. The Lich will always spawn in the same spot. So put up your funnel clouds right where the Lich is about to spawn. And when you hear the beeping of the elevator, that's when you release your DPS strategies to kill the Lich in one hit. Now, if you don't kill it in one hit, it will be at like 1% health, and you will have to shoot it a little bit. But yeah, using the strategies today, you will hopefully one-shot the Lich every single time. Now, unfortunately, like the previous guide, 4 arcanes from one Lich will never happen again. Loot abilities don't work on it. Desecrate does not work. Core of Struggle does not work. Wukong's double loot passive might work, but you have to basically die before you kill the Lich to actually activate that. So you could technically have a 3 Wukongs, 1 Zephyr team, and the Zephyr is going to just sacrifice loot, but tell the Wukongs, hey Wukongs, you can die on purpose to get your loot ability to proc, and hopefully you'll get double arcanes from it. But if you don't, oh well. But yeah, basically, Smeeta Kavat can double the Steel Essence. No companion can double the Arcane anymore, so yeah, just make sure you're bringing the Smeeta Kavat if you want some more Steel Essence from that Lich. So yeah, clearing out that one, that was about a 5.5 minute one. 5:24, probably the best run we've done so far. You can do like 5:30 and stuff like that too. So, Vestigial Mote and Volatile Mote in an Iatan Sculpture, not too bad of a farm if I do say so myself. Now, if we are getting multiple Arcanes, that'd be a little bit better. Let's go ahead and show all the builds we're using in the footage today. Okay, so we're on Zephyr right now. I'm going to show you the Wukong build too. Now, as long as you have somebody on your team with the silence ability, you'll have to deal with a lot less Jade Xmas lasers. But if you don't, just make sure somebody on your team has silence, and that person could even be you. Okay, so as far as the Zephyr build, we currently got Zata's Whisper on Zephyr with no Archon shards. And Zata's Whisper is just a second hit of damage to help bypass the damage attenuation. Now, as far as the build on here, it's nothing too crazy. I mean, I've got 3 augments, so I guess that's kind of weird. But we got Rolling Guard to get heat procs off of us. We got Umbral Intensify for power strength. Prime Continuity for duration. Narrow-minded for more duration. This could be a higher rank narrow-minded technically, but you do want to have your wind shield a little bit of a radius. Vigorous Swap. I am proccing this to one-shot the Lich. You probably don't need it, but I am using it. I'm basically just using a light attack to swap to melee and then slam attacking right after that with a heavy slam to get that damage multiplier. Anchored Glide to disable the floaty passive of Zephyr because I find it annoying when picking up power cells. Also gives you a little bit of power strength too. Funnel Clouds. This is basically needed for what we're doing. Zephyr's Tornado will now create 8 mini tornadoes, and they won't pick up enemies. So you basically just put this where the Lich is about to spawn, then you slam attack it when it's about to spawn, and it will just one-shot the Lich because of how crazy of damage we're dealing. We're dealing some really, really, really big damage today. Jetstream Augment, going to make you moving around faster. Also gives you projectile speed for weapons too. Not really needed, but just kind of fun to make you move around faster. And as far as the arcanes and the aura mod and all that, we have Steel Charge for melee damage. We are going to be one-shotting the Lich with melee, so that's great. Prime Sure-Footed, not get knocked over. Prime Fury for more melee damage to one-shot the Lich. And Arcane Aegis to be lazy. Whenever our shields get damaged, we have a chance to have crazy shield regen for 12 seconds. Excuse me. Now, all the weapons we got here. Now, you don't really need a ribbon for this, but I threw it on here anyway. We got the Rauta. Every pellet that hits an enemy increases the wielder's melee combo count. And you can also get more combo for playing Kalervo. We're not playing Kalervo. So we got a bunch of utility stats on here just to make it where we can basically build up combo as fast as possible. When we got 12x combo, we'll have a crazy slam attack hammer that can one-shot the Lich. You could min-max this more technically, but it's just the Rauta. The Atomos was not really used here, but I'll show you the Atomos build anyway because I feel like it. We got a pure fire build on the Atomos with Pistol Elementalist. Since its status fire procs are status damage, we get tons of extra status proc damage out of this. And the Incarnon shot hits pretty hard too, so yeah. It's also a fire ribbon. I didn't really use this in the footage, but I just want to show it anyway. We got the Fragor Prime here. It's going to be the weapon I'm going to use to one-shot the Lich. I'm not saying other weapons couldn't work, but I just got this one equipped right now. Probably any hammer would probably work, like the Archititron would probably work. I wonder if the Wolf Sledge would probably work too, so whatever you got with really, really high damage is going to be great here. But as far as building the Fragor we have a gas build on the Fragor, and I've actually got melee exposure for even more damage. I can cast Zata's Whisper and Tornadoes before the boss spawns, and it will give me a good chunk of extra corrosive damage here. The main thing here is just hit him as hard as you possibly can. The exact damage type doesn't actually matter. But yeah, we got gas damage on here, and we've got just a ton of slam attack damage stuff. Actually, I don't even have the slam attack mod on here, but that's okay. So we got Sacrificial Steel, Prime Fever Strike, Organ Shatter, Prime Pressure Point, Smite Corpus because the Lich is a corpus, Killing Blow for heavy attacks, and Volcanic Edge for gas damage. I've got a Riven with double crit heavy efficiency. The Riven doesn't really matter. You can do a different Riven on here, but basically this is just here to one-shot the Lich, and that's what it does. It does it pretty well too. Moving on to the other things here. So since we're relying on our melee to one-shot the Lich, we want to make sure our combo is high. We got the Naramon Focus Tree with Power Spike. Our combo will decay by 5 every few seconds instead of instantly being lost. You technically don't really need this, but it can help you keep your combo for your crazy slam attack at the end, which is the most important part about you being there. Now, the Smeeta Kavat's the only thing that can double the loot now, so you get the Smeeta Kavat equipped with the Charm ability. Has a chance to give you double Kuva, or maybe even 8 times Kuva, or 4 times Kuva from the Lich at the end. So that's going to be one of the best things you could do. If you don't care about the Steel Essence, I called it Kuva, it's actually Steel Essence. The Steel Essence at the end, then just equip whatever you're comfortable with, but the Smeeta Kavat is the one you should equip for the extra loot. Now, if you watched my previous video guides on the pre-release version of this event, I did have a bunch of Wukong builds in there. Now, as far as Wukong on the current patch, I'm going to stick with the Silence build right now to make it where enemies cannot cast a Jade Xmas laser on my team, including me. So, we have the Silence ability from Banshee with a extremely large radius with almost maximum range of 53 meters. No Jade Xmas abilities will bother us, hopefully. We've also got the very important Cloud Walker ability here. This will turn you into a cloud. Great for grabbing those overcharger cells And you can grab the overcharger cells, put it on the elevator for your designated overcharger, and then move on and just go grab more. You are the overcharge master as Wukong with this build. And yeah, we have Enveloping Cloud to make everybody invisible. We got Celestial Stomp to stun all the enemies. Technically, you probably don't really need this because the enemies have been pretty straightforward. So you can maybe take this off for a little bit more duration for a longer Cloud Walker or whatever you feel like, honestly. So really flexible build here. Just make sure you got silence and a lot of range. As far as the arcanes, you got Multi Efficiency for more duration, just be in the cloud for longer. And Arc Energize to give us some extra orbs every here and there for some big energy regen. As far as the weapons on him, I got the Phenmor. The Phenmor is now full auto, so I've been using the Phenmor a lot. And I think I got like a Blast Toxin build on here. It's not really like the most min-max meta thing ever, but it's pretty fun. It can Blast Prox and like blow up an enemy and kill nearby enemies. Pretty fun. So yeah, mainly just using that for fun. The thing is, if you are in a squad with a Zephyr, no one will be able to shoot the boss because the boss will die before anyone can even shoot it. Zephyr will just one-shot it. So your guns don't really matter as much if you have a Zephyr on your team. But as far as the companion, the same companion equipped here just to get that double Steel Essence, which means double Kuva basically. So you could, if you're playing Zephyr, you could switch to like Void Strike, I guess, like the Matarai Void Strike. But I didn't really feel like that was necessary. But that might be a thing you can do to like replace having to like build up combo. You get 1000% damage with Void Strike. That should be enough to one-shot the Lich with your Slam Attack. So yeah, that's basically gonna be it for the video, guys. I did a run through of an entire run, commentary-wise to show how it works. The mission is the event is very boring, so I'd recommend that if you don't need the new arcane specifically, I'd recommend just doing those alerts. If you think about it, if an Arcane Avenger R0 is 5 motes and the alert gives you 15, you get 3 Avengers from 1 alert. So 1 capture mission, 3 Avengers, pretty good deal if you ask me. Now, as far as the prices for those energizes, that's a little bit more ridiculous. 46 motes for 1 energize, that's more than 3 alerts worth. So, kind of crazy how many motes it takes to get those energizes. I don't know if DE is ever to comment on that, but it definitely seems intended at this point. 46 motes for 1 energize, so like just a little bit over 3 alerts. It's 15 per alert, so 3 alerts will give you 45. You need 46 for that. So yeah, hope you guys found this event fun and helpful, or this video fun and helpful. The event's definitely not very fun, but hope this makes the event more fun too. You're trying to one-shot the Lich, trying to get faster than 5 minutes, 24 seconds. Can you do it? Let me know if you do it faster than 5 minutes, 24 seconds in the comments down below. But yeah, just make sure that thing's overcharged the whole time. Jump on the mote collector as quickly as possible to get the mission started, and maybe you can beat that time, guys. I'll see you next time. Appreciate all the support and take it easy. Peace.